Have you spent 3 hours manually creating a feature backlog? Yeah, me too. At least I did until I discovered Miro's new AI features. Now I can create a prioritized backlog in under 20 minutes. So in this video, I will show you how to do it step by step so you can get back your life but still look like the most organized product manager in your team. If you've ever worked on a brand new product, then you'll see this pain. You've got loads of different team members with ideas that you're discussing in workshops. You're speaking to users, customers to understand their pain points and their needs. And you've got stakeholders throwing ideas over the fence saying, we need to build this in our first iteration. And before you know it, you've got a whole list of ideas, but you need to work out, how do I get that into a structure that's going to make sense? A product that is sequential and logical. If I'm honest, I used to think that making sense of all of that chaos was just part of the job. But that is until I realised there are some great AI tools out there now that can do a lot of the grunt work for you. So here's the workflow that I've been trying out in Miro so you can steal my process. Great, so as you can see, we have set up a brand new Miro board. It is a completely blank one because I want to make this as easy as possible. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hover over to this icon over here, which you can see says Create with AI. Now, if I click on this, it'll actually give a number of different options of things you can do on Miro in terms of using AI. Examples like creating a diagram or a document or an image. But the one we're going to select is the one at the bottom here. It says Table. And when I go on here, you can see it actually gives a few examples of the types of use cases that you can use this AI on the table for, one of which is feature backlog. Now, for this example, I want to create a simple backlog for an e-commerce website, just to show you how powerful this is. Now, I've already created a prompt that I'm going to use. I'll read it out. It says, create a backlog of work items for a simple e-commerce website. The backlog should consist of user stories and other tasks, e.g. technical enablers. Each work item should be part of a feature, and each feature should be part of a small number of epics. A very simple prompt. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to click to generate. And what that's going to do in parallel is it's going to take that prompt and it's going to prepare a table of user stories and other tasks mapped to features and epics in a really great way. The intention of this is it will hopefully make it a lot quicker for you to start building out a straw man of your backlog that you can then iterate. And look at that. Just as I was talking, it's already created what looks like quite a long list of backlog items. So if I scroll in slightly, you'll see, in fact, it's got what it looks like just under 29 different items on here. And it's structured exactly as you would expect this to be. So you've got some work items, some of which are user stories, some are technical enablers. It's using my wording there. And then each of those are mapped to some features and in turn some epics. It's also done a couple of other things on here, which I didn't necessarily ask for, but it's interesting to see. So it's put some priorities, it's maybe made a suggestion on there, and a status. Looks like they've all not started, which very true. And then some story points, which I'm going to take with a real pinch of salt. But these are the kind of things you might expect to be in your backlog when you are looking to prioritize and work out what to use. So interesting is how to go at doing that. Now, at this point, you've got two choices. You can either look to amend this in some way. So say, for instance, this looks great, but it's missing a key feature that you'd expect with a set of other user stories or technical tasks that you might add. Now, all you could do here is you go into the chat and you ask for some changes. So you might say, hey, I want feature X added. Can you add that to the table? All I'm going to do, though, just to keep this short and simple, is I'm actually going to accept these. So you've got a couple of options right at the top, and you can add to canvas. And with that, what that's done, I'll hide this away, is it has created that as a table, which I can now go into and I can edit. So if I thought that a user story should be slightly different from what it is, or maybe further contextualized, I can add that. But I can also do things like I can filter. So say I want to filter to see all of the items under each epic together. I can do that like this. And you can see that all of the ones that are either under what looks like a few different epics, so user management, shopping experience, order processing, and then, we've got some site administration ones as well, which look like they're all related to one feature of admin dashboard. And what I like about this as well is you can see, say under shopping experience, you've got a few key features. You've got your product catalog, your shopping cart, you've got some search functionality, for instance, while others might have fewer. So user management just has 2 features. It's got your user authentication and then a user profile. So that's it. It's as simple as that. And there is a full prioritized backlog that you can create in under 20 minutes. Genuinely, I think this might have taken me half a day just to organize my thoughts in the past. Now I can get straight into it and tweak it to a place where I think it's really excellent. If you want to steal this workflow, I will put a link to Miro, but also the prompt that I used in the description below. And if you found this video useful, I would love it if you could like this video, but also think about subscribing to the channel. I'm a product manager. I've released more than 15 products, a lot of which in large organizations, but I'm learning how to use AI in my day-to-day work. So I'm using this channel to share what I find and how I find it. So if you think that might be interesting and helpful for you, then why not subscribe? I genuinely think that this is a great way to work smarter, not longer, and also to give your teams some really good structure for them to help contribute to. So if you do find it helpful, or if you've got similar ideas of how you can use tools like this, please leave a comment below because I'd love to get the conversation going. And until next time, I'll see you soon.